I'm High Heel Knight. Welcome to my channel. This is my movie review of Gretel and Hansel, a Grimm Fairy Tale. It is a 2020 suspense thriller. It is inspired by the well-known Hansel and Gretel horror fable made by the Brothers Grimm. If you are somehow unfamiliar with that story, basically a brother and sister get lost in the woods. They happen to come upon a house filled with treats, and the owner of the house allows the children to gore themselves on the treats, but they don't know that the owner is actually a witch that plans to eat the children once the children have filled their bellies with all the foods. Now that fable has been reimagined and retold several times throughout history. My personal favorite being Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which was a horror action movie. But here it is a mainly psychological suspense endeavor. So starting with what I enjoyed about the movie, when it comes to stories about children being harmed, you gotta walk a very fine line for my enjoyment. One wrong step and it can really ruin the experience for me. For instance, in the It movies, that's about, a monster that tortures and eats children. I enjoy those films. Whereas Dr. Sleep, I enjoyed it overall, but there was something that involved a toddler that really pissed me off. And even months later, after I've seen the film, I'm still pissed off about that. So this movie, it does walk that fine line of putting these children in danger, but at the same time, I am not leaving the experience angry. I was a little tense a couple of times, but by the end of the film, I was relieved and I was pleasant, I was satisfied on that front. I also want to give tremendous praise to the actors. Sophia Lillis plays Gretel, and I'm really enjoying watching her career progress. She was in those It chapter movies. She was also in a Nancy Drew film, and here she is carrying the whole movie, and she carries it perfectly. That young woman has a brilliant future ahead of her. And speaking of futures, the boy Hansel is played by Sam Leakey, making his feature film debut. Now his character felt a little annoying at first, but then I remember this kid is lost, scared, hungry, and homeless. And it's amazing he's not freaking out more than he does in this movie. I'm in my mid-40s. If I were suddenly, those four things, I will be probably freaked out. So yeah, after I realized that, I gave a lot of wide berth for that character. And again, by the end, I liked Hansel character. On the negative, there's a couple of times when the cinematography switches to like a GoPro cam, and I guess it's supposed to make the atmosphere a little more unnerving and spooky. But for me, it just took me out of the movie because my vision and comprehension had to suddenly change to this weird, odd perspective and camera use. But the real complaint I can give is that this movie isn't really scary. I figured out by midway that they're going for something creepy and oddball and strange and disturbing. There's a lot of disturbing, strange stuff in the movie, but it's not scary. So if you're looking for something that's horror or scary, you'll not find it here. So as for my verdict, I enjoy this movie overall. It's not great, it's not spectacular, but at the same time, by the end, I was satisfied. I wasn't scratching my head. I wasn't angry. There wasn't nothing really stupid that happened. It was a nice, pleasant, satisfying experience. It's a nice movie. So don't rush out to theater to see it, but at some time you want to rent it or watch it on streaming, definitely check it out. And like I said, these young actors probably have a very bright future, so get in on the ground floor of the fandom. And with that stated, I give Gretel and Hansel a C+ grade. Okay, thank you very much for watching my review. I greatly appreciate it. Be sure to share whatever comments you like in the comment section. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, or dislike, share, and subscribe. Once again, I'm High Heel Knight. Thank you for watching, and remember, find inspiration everywhere.